Hey guys, make sure you subscribe to At The Buzz System on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It's the Bancroft Urban Survival System. Hey, we're trying to help people save lives. And don't forget to make sure that you sign up for our Women's Combatives class, Don't Be a Victim. Hey, we're trying to protect our sisters also, okay? Us. Real quick, we're going to talk about punching, the proper way to throw a punch for the street. All right, here's the problem. A lot of times when people in the street or have had even technical training, we get lulled into a sense of false reality. Being that we're in the gym, you're throwing your punches, you're hitting stuff, you're hitting the bags and stuff, you got gloves on. You tape your hands, you wrap your hands, you can support your wrists, so on and so forth. So when you're throwing your strikes and you're lining up and you throw your jab, boom, you turn right at the point of impact, you throw your cross, you turn right at the point of impact, you throw your jab, you turn right at the point of impact, right? So in theory, you're trying to land with these two knuckles, right? But in actuality, we have the gloves on. So the gloves allow us to make mistakes, okay? Gloves allow us to throw an imperfect punch or to miss the target and still be safe or still have our hands protected. And that's why in the street, you get so many times when people end up breaking their hands. Why? Because they're throwing their strikes and they get into a whirlwind style of punching. And in the ring, you can unload and do whatever you want to do. Unload your punches, unload your strikes, and so on and so forth. And you don't have to worry about breaking that hand. But in the street, you start unloading with flurries and you start loading these shots up and over, and you're going to catch somebody in the skull. And that's how you're going to break your hand. Here's the way that I suggest throwing your jabs and your crosses for the straight. All right. Line it up same way. Now, instead of you throwing your jab and stopping it at a horizontal point, I want you to turn it diagonal, okay? Turn it diagonal so that way you actually turn over the shot. So you have a diagonal knuckle, even if it's going downwards with the big knuckles going down, all right? So the point of impact is now these two knuckles here, okay? So when you throw this jab, here, okay? When you throw your cross, same way, here, okay? Now, you want to have a loose flow to be able to explode with your shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So you have that diagonal punch coming out, right? So even if you want to step in and move and turn the shot over, you can turn it over. You can still turn it this way, okay? For your hooks, instead of you 1, 2, 3, either throwing with the vertical knuckle, okay? Some people get lulled in throwing with the horizontal knuckle, right? But they end up catching with the back part of the hand. This is how they get that boxer's break, okay? So what I want you to do instead, I want you to turn that shot over, okay? I want you to turn that shot over. When you're throwing your hooks, turn it over. 1, 2, okay? Again, 1, 2, all right? One more time. 1, 2, okay? So you're still throwing it basically the same way, but we're getting a little more dip and we're getting a little more, a little less tension in the muscles. But also the more important part about throwing the punch is I'm landing with the back part of my fist right here. So I lock this wrist, and when I throw this shot, okay, I'm landing with these two knuckles here, okay? Or if I happen to catch you with the back part of my fist right at the top, I'm still in decent position, okay? It's not going to damage me as badly as throwing this hook and I fuck around and I miss, hit someone in the skull, boom, you got a broken hand, okay? So what you want to do is line up knuckles vertical, knuckles diagonal, right? So if we're lining up with these diagonal knuckles, all we're doing is unloading, right? Straight down the middle, boom, 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 right? If we're going to turn the hook, 1, 2. If we're going to throw the jab, okay, turn it over, okay? It's almost like you're digging into the opponent, all right? So on the point of impact, 1, 2, okay? Hook shot, 1, 2. Overhand, boom, Notice I'm coming down with these two knuckles first. I'm leading in with these two knuckles, okay? Same thing. Now, a lot of times you're throwing the overhand, you got boxing gloves on, you may dip and throw it this way. That leaves too much room for you to land the fist or land the knuckles on this soft part here. And I'm going to show you how that looks on something outside, okay? Stay tuned. Same thing. If I'm throwing the typical protected strike, I'm going to throw it technically this way, right? Now, I'm able to land, hit my first two knuckles, right? But let's say my opponent moves and I slip and I catch him this way. Look at this. That's a break. That's a break, okay? If I'm throwing my hook, that's a break, okay? This is a broken hand. If I throw my overhand, boom, and I miss, this is a broken hand. I want to show you something. When you throw this punch, look at this. I'm going to go real slow. These two, the bottom, your knuckles don't hit first. This part of your fist, the soft part right here, the under part of your knuckle is what hits first. This is why you get that broken hand. Your knuckles are not the things that's going to hit first in the street, okay? So what I need for you to start doing is turn that shot over. 1, 2, okay? For your hook shot, 1, 2. You see, I'm keeping my wrist tight, but I'm landing with these two knuckles first. Boom, strike, boom, right? When I'm throwing my overhand, same thing. Boom, okay? As opposed to me throwing the overhand and landing, and I'm still hitting this part of my hand. I don't have security. I don't have any gloves on my hand. I don't have any wraps on my hand, okay? So you have to modify your strikes for the street, okay? Now, you see a lot of guys, Sambo practitioners, they throw strikes like that. Salat guys, you may get some Systema guys that throw strikes like that. So it's not a foreign technique to use, okay, to be able to throw your strikes like this. All right, so I want you guys to take a look at it, practice it, use it, and hopefully it works for you. So to recap, all right, we want to make sure that when we throw our strikes, we're turning the shot 1, 2, okay? Hooks, 1, 2. Overhand, 1, okay? Other side, jab, here, cross, turn, okay? Hook, overhand, you turn it the diagonal knuckle, boom, same thing, we're turning the knuckles up, okay? So this is the way, overhand, same thing, all right? So that you can see, this is how the shot is landing, all right? I'm landing with the fat part of my knuckles, all right? We're trying to avoid getting our hands broken, guys, all right? So we don't want to throw it in the street 1, 2, 3, because see, this is how we get that broken hand, all right? You break the hand in the street, chances are, if you're not training for it or you don't know how to adapt or know how to make adjustments, you're going to get yourself hurt, all right? So begin to change your strikes a little bit. We'll do a deeper video later on this week. We'll break it down a little bit.